Hi, what's up everyone? Today we're going to talk about the Edelkrone SliderOne version 2 and HeadOne. Let's get started. Before we talk about the pros and cons about this slider, this is a very expensive motorized slider, at least to me. And it is not meant for everyone, but this is definitely worth it for my production. This is not a sponsored video. Edelkrone didn't send me the products. I paid full price for everything. This is almost 1,300 Canadian dollars. That's like 1,000 US. Anyway, let's talk about the pros and cons. You might notice the super smooth footage that I had in my last video. They were all done by the SliderOne and HeadOne. So here are the things you need to know about the SliderOne version 2 and the HeadOne. They are powered by the Canon's LP batteries, and they're controlled by Edelkrone app that you can install or download on your smart devices, let's say an iPhone, iPad, or Android devices. Alright, let's talk about the things that I like about the slider and the HeadOne. It is super easy to set up. All you need to do is to put the battery in after you hear the beeping sound from both parts, and you can open up the app and tap on Smart Connect and you're good to go. The app is very easy to use if you just need the basic control, which is what I'm using it for, at least for now. Depends on the modules you have, the app will display different control settings. For example, if you have the SliderOne, which is this bottom part, you will have a slide control with left and right control. If you have the HeadOne, which is this part, you will see the pan control or tilt control depending on the direction you want the HeadOne to move toward. You just control the modules like you're controlling a remote control toy, but it's a really slow one. You can also save the position by tapping and holding onto the square below the controller and it will be saved. Then you can save another position by doing the same thing. If you want the slider or the HeadOne to go back to the previous position, all you need to do is to double tap on the position square that you saved and the slider will go back to it. If you have more than one position saved, you can double tap on those positions and it will get into a loop mode between both positions that you set up. That's a really good feature if you're filming, let's say, an interview. Another thing I like about this slider is how compact it is. You can definitely fit these two modules in your backpack and use them on the go. This is the smallest combination that I can come up with. So if you need a bigger slider, there are so many different options on their website. The travel distance is not bad at all with this combination that I got, and it is good for most of the videos that I make, including the interviews that I do. The next thing I like about this slider is how smooth and how quiet it is. You can definitely hear the motor, but it is super quiet. The smoothness is very smooth. As you can see from my videos, they are in almost slow motion, but I was actually filming with 24 frames per second, and the slow motion was completely created by this slider, which is amazing. And that's the biggest reason why I got this slider. Now let's talk about some of the things that I think they can do a little differently. First, it is very heavy. The combination I got, it's about 6 to 7 pounds without my camera on it. It is definitely not the lightest thing you would like to carry around the whole time. Even my Manfrotto video tripod will tilt to one side if I push the slider all the way to one end with my camera on it. I also didn't really like the price they charged for the Flex Tilt Head 2, the folding thing that you can put your camera on top of the slider. It is a $200 tilting head that allows you to adjust the angle of your camera while it is on the slider. Without it, your camera is going to sit flat on the slider. To make it even worse, the screw on the slider and HeadOne, it's a bigger screw than a normal tripod mount you have on your camera. I had a cage on my camera and therefore it worked out fine. Here's my workaround to solve this problem really cheaply. I put my monitor mount on top of the slider and mount my camera using the side mount. That's only if you have the cage and the monitor mount already. Even if you have to buy everything I got, it is still cheaper than the Flex Tilt Head 2. The last thing I didn't really enjoy about this slider is there's no power button. Yes, it is very easy to power it on by just putting the battery inside the slider and the HeadOne, but I cannot power it off when the battery is inside. Last time I left the battery in the slider for an hour or so and the batteries are almost down to 10% without me even using them. Now I have to remember to take out the batteries and store them separately. Seriously, no power button because it's more convenient. I think they have achieved the opposite. Alright, let's talk about the things that matters to most of us. The price. I won't say that the price of the product is a problem because again, it is a personal opinion. I think they're not cheap at all, but it is worth the price because of the result that I'm getting. They do go on sale from time to time, so definitely check out their website during the holidays because I got these for like, 20% off during Black Friday. That said, those are the things I have found so far about the Edelkrone Slider version 2 and the HeadOne. They are great products and I will definitely be using it a lot for my channel. But again, they are not for everyone. If you're looking for a super compact motorized slider, I think they are a very good choice. If you have any questions about the slider, leave them in the comment section below and I'll really appreciate them. If you want to see more contents like this, subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments about my production, let me know and I will really appreciate them. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys again next time.